Welcome to the APAS Internet Performance Test. This is an easy test to take. It just takes a minute and it is going to give you a snapshot of how fast your internet speed is. Now, there are three ways that you can use this test, and I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use it. So the first thing you can do is basically just test the speed of your internet right now. So if I enter a postal code right here, then I can also select my exact location. So I click here and it's going to show me on a map where it thinks I am located. So from here, I can figure out exactly where I'm located and adjust this just by dragging this little pointer. And if I'm happy with this location, I can actually just say, yep, I'm good to go and click OK. Before I do that, I'm just going to tell you about another thing that you can use this test for, which is actually to enter your specific information about your own internet service. So if you speak to your internet service provider or log into your account, you can find out information about the service that you're paying for. So this can include what download speeds your contract is promising, the upload speeds. Um, you can enter the cost that you're paying, your level of satisfaction, and then when you take the test, it's actually going to compare your specific service plan information to the results of your test. Now, this is totally optional. This will require a little bit of legwork just to find that information. Not necessary, but something that if you want to be able to take some information to your service provider and say, I took this test and these are the results compared to what my plan says that I should expect, this could be a really useful thing to add to your test. But for now, we're just going to do the really easiest thing, which is we've selected our location and we're just going to say, okay, that confirms my location. And then basically after that, all I need to do is start the test. So this is going to take a little bit of time. Obviously, depending on your internet speed, it might take a little bit longer. You can see it's working, and what it's going to tell me is some information about my internet speeds right at this moment in time. So a real snapshot. So my upload speed, how fast I can upload data to the internet, latency, which is another measure of internet speed, download speed, how quickly I can download data from the internet. So again, this is a snapshot of my internet at this particular moment. And if I took this test later, and it's great to take it, several times, I'm going to get a different number, different times a day, depending on how many people nearby are using the internet, that sort of thing. So after I've taken the test, what happens is that it's going to show up. My test is going to be marked on a map of Saskatchewan that shows all of the tests. And over 14,000 have been taken in Saskatchewan. And what it shows here is, all the tests and how it looks on a map. So if you see red, it means that the service level is not meeting the standards of the CRTC as set as the levels of service that Canadians should expect. If it's blue, that's closer to what acceptable service levels are. So we can see that in Saskatchewan, there's a lot of red. And we're going to see that where it is blue, it's probably in an urban center. Here's Saskatoon. It's not going to be in rural areas. So that's something that we are working here at APAS on addressing. And the more people that we can get to take this test multiple times is fine. The more we'll be able to take this data to elected officials to really make some strong arguments for needing better internet service, particularly in rural Saskatchewan. One other thing you can use this website for is to basically submit a location that doesn't have the internet. Now, you would obviously have to go somewhere with the internet to be able to submit this information, but if there's an area where there simply is no service available, you can use this map to select that area. We're asking you for just a bit of information about where you had to go to be able to take this, to enter this information, and then you can just submit it. And then that way we will know that there are these specific areas where there is literally no service available. So you can just submit that here if you're wanting to do that. So that is basically how you can use this test. This is a project of the APAS Rural Connectivity Task Force. The task force is going to be working on identifying the barriers and opportunities for improving rural connectivity in Saskatchewan. And getting folks to take this test is a huge part of our work in this project. So please let your neighbors and your friends know. You can access this test at apas.ca/speed-test. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to contact us at info@apas.ca.